Let's talk about General Krang in my Ninja Turtles universe. Krang was the only son of Emperor Quainan of the Utrom Empire. His father, Quainan, was a peaceful man. After the Utrom depleted all of the natural resources in their home dimension, Dimension X, and they came over to our reality, his father wanted to live here peacefully. He wanted to coexist with the other life forms here when he realized there were other life forms to coexist with. However, being an alien species consisting of trillions and trillions of Utrom, naturally, they were so big, they accidentally stepped on a couple toes, and they were attacked by many of our universe's native species. Now, Quainan wanted to end this peacefully. He thought there was a peaceful way that Utrom could coexist with the rest of the universe, but Krang did not see it that way. Every Utrom life lost while his father was in charge, Krang viewed as an abomination. Krang grew to genuinely despise his father, so much so that when the Utrom Empire had sent out scouting parties on thousands of different ships in all directions to totally scout and map our universe, Krang handpicked his own crew for his own mission, and as they were on this multiple thousands of years mission, he radicalized all of them. And when they got back with their freshly grown Triceraton soldiers, Krang staged a coup and murdered his father. Over the next millennia, Krang turned all of the Utrom into a violent military war race. Krang had drones like this developed so that the Utrom people would still be protected even if the Triceratons weren't there at the time. And Krang began multiple intergalactic genocides. And after millions of years, when Zog of the Triceratons began staging a coup against the Utrom, Krang made the rash decision to take all of the Utrom mutagens, of which there were several types, and store the entire stockpile on Earth. Krang activated the teleporter that they had placed on Earth millions of years ago, back when they were getting the Triceratops DNA to eventually make the Triceratons. It activated, and when Krang came through, he came out during the Warring States period of the Muromachi period of Japanese history. And this is where Krang would have a fateful meeting with a man trying to become the daimyo of this region, a man named Takeshi Tatsuo. Krang agreed to grant this man immense power, enough power to take over the entire world under the stipulation that that man would protect the mutagen that they would store there. Later, Takeshi Tatsuo would be killed by the noble Foot clan of ninja, but Takeshi's soul would be reincarnated as Oroku Saki, the Shredder. And the Shredder upheld the agreement that his former life had made with the Tetsu Oni, the Iron Demon, General Krang. However, this new reincarnation of Takeshi Tatsuo had a bigger ambition than the former life ever did. And so Oroku Saki attacked Krang. They fought each other, both of them nearly dying, but Oroku Saki managed to push Krang back through the portal, and then the Foot Clan destroyed the portal, leaving Krang stranded on the opposite end of space, allowing the Triceratons to win their coup against their Utrom enslavers, and making it so that the Shredder now was the only one in the universe who possessed the mutagen. Krang took his most loyal followers and the top Utrom scientists, and they escaped on a life raft, traveling less than light speed towards Earth. It's the only way they wouldn't be detected by the Triceratons. And so, for over 400 years, General Krang was headed to Earth. And partway there, when they're only 30 light years away from Earth, they get an outgoing message from Baxter Stockman, who at the time was no more than 25 years old. Krang decides to answer back. If this life form on Earth was smart enough to build a subspace communications device, then this person could make a great pawn for Krang. Krang fed Baxter information and Utrom science and had Baxter begin developing mutagen there with the resources at hand. Because of all of Utrom's scientific advancements, this is what allowed Baxter Stockman to create TCRI and amass his fortune and eventually create the strain of mutagen that would create the Turtles. And finally, when Krang returns to Earth in the 3rd season of my Ninja Turtles series, he finds that Oroku Saki, Takeshi Tatsuo, is still alive. And so the mystical, magical Shredder fights the sci-fi alien Utrom in a war of sci-fi versus magic, with the Turtles smack dab in the center. And that's General Krang in my Ninja Turtles universe.